Hi, David. Really tough way to end the 2025 season, regular season. You still have a playoff game now. You know, you're playing in the wild card game again here at Providence Park next week. How do you as a player move on from a result like this, knowing that you have a more important match to play in just a few days time?
Hola David, una difícil manera de terminar la temporada regular, pero tenemos el repechaje, el wild card. ¿Cómo como jugador o como equipo avanzan para mantener ese enfoque para el miércoles?
No, la verdad estamos muy decepcionados con el partido. Nos sentimos que yo personalmente siento que le faltamos el respeto un poco a la gente que vino, que estuvo bajo la lluvia y que se quedó hasta el final. Agradecerle también por eso, por apoyar al equipo en todo momento, pero decirles que estén tranquilos, que nosotros vamos a tratar de sacar al partido adelante, de hablar de lo que pasó y de pasar de página, porque el miércoles tenemos el partido más importante de la temporada, porque no podemos quedar afuera otra vez en la misma instancia.
To be honest, we are very disappointed. I personally feel like we lacked respect for our supporters who stood out in the rain and cheered for us the entire game. We want to say thank you to them. We want to tell them to be calm. We will try and move forward. We will turn the page, and as you know, Wednesday is now the most important game. We can definitely avoid finishing where we finished last year.
We'll take two more questions. Anyone?
Español. David, ¿qué se hizo mal hoy que se dio ese resultado? ¿Fue cómo planearon el partido o qué sucedió?
Yo creo que tuvimos por ahí muchas pérdidas nosotros mismos cuando teníamos el balón. Creo que eso nos llevó por lo menos al primer gol, y creo que en el segundo tiempo entramos muy dormidos, muy como nos contó entrar de vuelta en el partido. Y creo que no sé si el segundo o el tercer gol también fue por errores nuestros, pero yo creo que tenemos que seguir adelante, obvio, que no tenemos que pasar de página, como dije anteriormente, pero bueno, buscar los errores que tuvimos, hablarlo en la semana y tratar de corregirlos de vuelta.
Question in Spanish was, David, so what went wrong tonight? David said, I feel like we lost the ball a lot, which caused ultimately the first goal for San Diego. In the second half, they kind of caught us asleep. They scored mostly on our own errors. I think, like I've said previously, we need to move forward, turn the page, and find those mistakes we made and correct them.
David, you guys have played a lot of close games over the last 2 years. You guys have played some good soccer over the last 2 years, but between the playoff game last year with Vancouver and then this today, which kind of felt like a must-win game, what's keeping this team from playing its best soccer in the biggest matches?
David, has tenido varios partidos, algunos cerrados, unos más abiertos, comparado con el partido de los playoffs de la temporada pasada. ¿Qué piensas tú que es lo que causa que este equipo tenga los resultados que ha tenido y cómo se puede cambiar esto?
No, si tuviera la respuesta, ojalá tuviera la respuesta para esos momentos, porque creo que nos está faltando un poco en estos partidos importantes, como hoy, como el año pasado con Vancouver. Siento que en estas instancias o los últimos partidos, por ejemplo, teníamos que sacar un punto y no nos dio ni el anterior partido ni en este, no supimos cerrar un resultado o salir a buscarlo, pero como dije, tenemos que seguir trabajando en eso, mentalmente, tácticamente tenemos que seguir mejorando, porque con esto que venimos mostrando no nos va a alcanzar.
If I had the answer, I wish I could tell you it. Yes, something is missing. We've had games where we need points and we haven't figured out how to close those games. Like I said, we will work on it mentally and tactically to improve, because we need to be able to do so.
Okay, we're going to wrap there. Thanks for the time, David.
I think I'll start by saying I think that's a massively disappointing night. I think we owe the supporters an apology for that. I think you think about the first game of the season, the Vancouver game in the play-in, and this one, there's a similar sort of like pattern. And I've got to take full responsibility for that. So if there's any finger pointing, any criticism has got to come my way and my way only, not to the players. I think I said to the players in there that we've got 3 days to recover now from a night that was everything that we didn't want. We've got 3 days to recover. We've got 3 days to assess a lot of players that are playing well below. Some are playing well below sort of like their fitness levels in terms of injuries and well below their form levels. So we've just got to make sure that we prepare well for the next game on Wednesday night. It gives us an opportunity straight away to get back out into a big game, into a big occasion, and put tonight wrong. But any criticism, any finger pointing should come at me.
Hi, Coach. Just over the past couple of weeks, and as the team continues to just fail to be able to win games, it's become clear that just receiving the ball and making a proper first touch has been a real struggle for a lot of these players. So what's been being worked on in training to ensure that players are able to receive the ball and be able to turn properly into space?
Well, I think if you look at the 4 goals tonight, they all came from when we had possession of the ball. We had possession of the ball, we give it away, they score. That was actually our game plan. But when we won the possession of the ball, maybe the first 20, 25 minutes, we won possession of the ball. We were really good in our compact shape, and our quality sort of transitioning from there was well below the level that's needed to compete, as a top 7 team, and that's why we're not in the top 7. And like I say, there's finger pointing at me. It's the selection of the team and the players we've got in there. And we've just got to make sure that on Wednesday night we're better at those instances. Because like I say, I think there was a period of that first half where we were in control without having control. And our quality on the ball was nowhere near the level that's expected. And I'd say that in the probably last 2 or 3 weeks, it's probably been similar. There's been a massive drop-off in that. Let's reiterate what I said at the start. We've got to make sure that we put players out on that pitch tonight, on Wednesday, that are 100% fit, because we didn't have that tonight. We had a lot of players. You saw the way that we set up the team. There was a lot of at the back line. We had to patch things up a little bit because Mosquera's not fit, Finn's not fit, and Forey's not fit to play 90-minute football. And we've just got to make sure that we pick everybody up. I believe in them more now than I've ever done. That's my job as a manager. I brought these players in, I believed in them, I chose them, and like I say, we've got to be better on Wednesday.
Why do you believe this team can go into a must-win playoff game scenario and win?
Why do I believe? Is because I've got the incredible confidence in these group of players. I've got incredible confidence in me, in myself, and I've got incredible confidence in this football club. I really have. The supporters were rightly disappointed tonight, but I know on Wednesday night they're going to be incredible. So that is going to be something that we have to tap into. It's not something that form isn't something that you can just turn on and off. But what I would say is that we've got to galvanise them. My job as a leader is to make sure I inspire them for Wednesday night. That's my job. And my job was tonight, and I didn't do my job well enough. And like I say, in the next 3 days, we've got to find the right balance. We've got to find the fittest players that actually can go out on the pitch and compete, and go out on the pitch and play for 90 minutes, and go out on the pitch and play as part of a team. And that's my next 3 days. I will do everything possible. I've got utter confidence in myself, the group, and the club to do that. And because we've seen this team. This team are this team are a spark team. So something just turns, something just flips. You think about the chances even that Christoph's having in the game, not quite there, but if that goes in, his stats are through the roof in terms of everything else he's doing apart from putting the ball in the back of the net. Now, we need something just to turn for everybody in this team, and they'll get the confidence back. They're a young team. They need confidence. Experience is going to be a key on Wednesday night as well. And like I say, we're now in the business of winner takes all. And there's no ifs or buts. There's no excuses. There's no messing around. It's now delivery time, and we've been saying that for probably the last 2 to 3 months. And I'd say that probably people thought that that you could probably just walk into the playoffs. We were always in that 7th position, but you've got to earn the right to do it, and we haven't earned the right to do it. And on Wednesday night, we've got to earn the right to play. Is it San Diego? The winner of this game plays San Diego. Maybe is that right? Yeah, the winner of this game, we've got to earn the right to play San Diego in a 3-game battle.
You've repeatedly said before the season, during the season, even just a few weeks ago, that just the playing game isn't good enough. You've called it a failure for this team. How do you rectify kind of that messaging with the fact that, team's now in the playing game, puts a lot more pressure in it, like in your messages to the team and how you're kind of planning out and marking success for the team? How do you kind of balance, obviously you didn't want to be here, but with the game and moving forward?
No, I think I've always been a manager that's been honest, and you play in the playing game, and you're not going to see champagne in the dressing room. You saw the supporters tonight. The playing game's not good enough for them, so it's not good enough for me. So I'm not going to go in tomorrow and say, congratulations, boys, you're in the playing game, because that's nowhere near the level that I expect from this team. That's nowhere near the position in the league that I expect from this team. So we can't sugarcoat it. I think when you live in a modern era where people pussyfoot around each other and try and say, well done, unlucky. No. The fact is we didn't want to be in this game, but the fact is now we've got to deliver. Now is do or die. It's a one-off game. You've not got three chances. It's a one-off game where we have to deliver. We saw last year, we experienced last year, the pain of going out in this game is worse than going out in any other game. Worse than going out in any other game. And so my expectation of this team, it's why I said all along, is that, we finish and playing in this game. That is a failure. We win this game and get through to the next round, then you start talking about success. But at this moment in time, it feels like failure. It does to the supporters, those people that come behind that goal and pay really good money and their life is Portland Timbers. They will agree with me, because you can tell by the reaction tonight. Because if they thought it was success, they wouldn't have been sort of like disappointed at the end there. So I don't want to pussyfoot around. I want to tell people the absolute honest truth. My players know that this is unacceptable, and that's why I've got to shoulder the full responsibility for this, because it's my job to get this club moving forward. It's my job to get this club to deliver for this football club, and at this moment in time, that's not happening.
Okay, we're going to wrap it there. Thanks for the time,
Thank
Phil.
you.
Thanks, everyone.